Need to fix the focus first. Why is this not in focus? It sure doesn't look like it's in focus. But my hand's fine, so. I will charge on.
Big decision and a bad one.
Starting to run out of time, but
5 outs left.
make a move here soon. Pirates have gotten 8 hits today.
I'm gonna use a pinstriping brush on a bunch of these lines.
Responded well to early season challenges.
And I'm gonna check out what's happening up here. That does not look right. Oh, I see. It's because there's a broken piece of pottery indicated, and that's where it broke. So we are going to go back to yellow and fix it.
Unable to come up with a big hit. Really, for all the talk, hullabaloo of no series at PNC Park, the attention of so many fans, Rizzo slide and all that. When it comes down to it, the best way to silence the Cubs is to beat them. Pirates were able to do that in April, 2 out of 3, but the Cubs took the series at PNC Park and they lead this one 2-1. Pirates danger of dropping back below 500.
Oh boy. Alright, sorry. Sorry for the language.
The first time this season, the Pirates would be below the 500 mark, right?
So what? Score holds up.
Well,
Not run to the point,
yeah,
though.
here we go. Corey Dickerson. Some social media shout-outs from folks that are here at Wrigley, Pirates fans, first-timers at Wrigley. Road trip.
Not that far.
Panama.
On a plane. Drive on up.
There we go.
Nice little baseball trip to make.
That'll work.
Pirates.
Here's Corey Dickerson, who is 1 for 3. Fly ball to right. Hayward again is over. I am the new summer food blizzard.
My time is
Pirates have made Rizzo, in particular Cool and Neverauskas, not look so good. 3 strikeouts.
Looked rather bad today.
This is the 4th toughest player to strike out in the National League, and Cool struck him out each of the last 2 times up, and now Neverauskas.
Ball just fell off the table.
Neverauskas 6 2/3 innings, his first go round in the big leagues. A total of 6 2/3 innings, 3 walks, and a total of 2 strikeouts.
For somebody that has this stuff, Bruno will should be a strikeout rating guy.
Now he's faced 4 batters the second go round. He struck out 1 as Contreras singles to right.
I haven't forgotten, period. I even invited another stranger, period.
Level of baseball.
I am tired of striking out
Game where I write down. You only have 3 more outs to do something. You don't want to fall behind any further.
and being
No insurance.
ignored,
You don't have to.
period. I think they are actually unhappy with me, period. Think me a troll or something.
Almora, and a bunt hit in the 6th. Taking down the third base coach Brian Butterfield. And right to shortstop Mercer, to Harrison, to Breeze. Neverauskas, outstanding work. Looks like a different guy.
Yes.
And there is still hope. It looks as though Joe Matt wants to stay away from his closer. Brandon Morrow has thrown 42 pitches each of the last 2 games back-to-back against the Phillies. Pedro Strop hasn't had a save since 2015. Pirates have Colin Moran, Tony Mercer, another pinch hitter. Moran doubled off the starter Montgomery in line to get the win.
sparkling numbers so far for Brandon, 14 out of 15 in save opportunities. Limited damage, a lot of punch outs.
Ground ball into center field, and Altair tied the game in the sixth with a big home run. Off single tonight.
Not a bad idea to go up there looking to swing early because Morrow's generally very aggressive, attacking the strike zone.
Hoskins has a broken jaw. He fouled the ball off his face. That sounds like fun.
Saved the game, didn't he? Did that happen?
He might have, yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Homerless streak in Major League Baseball, so we've seen number 1 and number 3 go down tonight. Very improbable, crazy night. First, Cishek gives one up, and now Morrow. Fastball down, the middle down, and because of the big strong kid, able to lift it. Launching.
He should be very proud of that home run. An opposite field blast at Wrigley Field off one of the toughest in the league. Brandon Morrow. Crawford. 5-3 Phillies on a couple of home runs tonight. That with a very stingy Cubs bullpen.
Oh, I keep forgetting I'm using up other people's attention. If I am again.
His first career home run, correct? Not a handful that bad.
It's his 6th plate appearance.
I got caught up in a Cubs-Phillies game. I heard about it happens on Wednesday, and one of the first times ever, you have the option of going to innings, the inning you want to see. And this is the first time I took it. I went to the 9th. I know what's going to come out. I just wanted to see it happen. It was a tie game in the 9th. A pitcher who's never given up a home run this year, and
low fastball, middle of the plate.
A guy who hit his first home run ever and had the longest streak of not hitting a home run in the majors.
The hard line drive the other way, just enough. 70.
So now the Phillies are up by 2 with none out yet in their half of the 9th. Should be exciting. I know how it comes out.
Battle for the bullpen this year. The Cubs pen used to manage Cubs. That is not a story.
See this kind of brush?
Strike out Alfaro.
See it
Going
happens way out on the end.
two.
And
Not a decision so far.
so you can wobble back where your hand is at, and the brush tends to stay where it is even though you've wobbled. Now here I've got a little,
71 consecutive innings without
yeah,
allowing
there it is. I've got a little mess. I keep putting my wrist in it, and if I don't do something about it, I'll put my wrist in it and then put it in the painting.
I was just going to ask.
And that can be cleaned up, but who wants?
Finish this game out. He's not there. Why not?
There we go.
Andrew Knapp available to hit anyway.
I don't know where to start. I'm looking forward to doing all these.
Previous pitch. Ball is foul ball. Maybe. Barely if he did.
The thickness of the line varies according to the amount of paint left out there at the end of the brush. And as it changes quantity.
Marc gets such good movement on his fastball.
Oh, look at this. What a mess. Gee.
He usually doesn't have this kind of action, but his dude puts a lot of run. That's pretty good.
Not textbook. All kinds of flaws that I have to go back and fix. Now, actually, this is the yellow I just touched up recently, and that would explain that. The tacky paint grabbed the brush. And
trying to get a butt down from here that might go sideways on
the thickness of the line goes to hell.
Get more out of here. Might have him throw 30 pitches tonight. Yeah, it's one thing if you're trying to preserve the W and you extend your closer, but giving up the falling behind, start thinking about tomorrow night.
That's better. And then I look back and see that it's not that great.
Dominguez just saw his battery make it hit. Like he wants to. No Marc. Yeah. Brandon Morrow fastball.
I guess I'll just continue on in spite of my failing. It's disappointing, but I'll make the best of it, make the most, make the best of it.
Watch the pitcher.
Oh, look, oh, jeez. I knocked the camera out of the tripod and then knocked the painting off the table. I'm having a terrible time with this. I wonder how I could improve. Improve my chances. I'd like to know. I'm not very happy with this.
My time has been, but so is
Ugh.
Seed and fertilizer to feed.
Now yard time is our time.
This is a Scott's yard.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
He remembers. It's good.
Does it make the short ones? You remember that too.
Jeez, listen to this.
So, knowing what's important to you,
Nonsense.
it's okay. This is
The
what we planned for.
the financial
That's what's important to us.
strategist from Charles Schwab is comforting his client because the client's daughter has chosen a school. It's okay. Oh, whoa, that was close. This is such a mess. I'm going to think about what to do later. I can't repair everything. Big finish here.
Fastball slider from Mazzoni.
Oh boy, we've still got another Cubs reliever yet to go. I need more paint.
Pitcher jacket alert at first base. Somewhat cool evening. Nearly as cold as it was last night. Outside for a ball.
Cold in Chicago, they say.
1-1. See, that's another reason.
My boy's there. I think I'll leave a message in case he wants to watch me live stream. I doubtful. Even listen.
He went, and it's 1-2. Some guys might want to wear the jacket while batting.
The Republic Wireless number you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the beep.
It is 6:38. I thought I'd tell you I'm live streaming and probably will be, so Mark A. Johnson, I believe.
2-2. That's how the pitchers are working these days. All the kids are doing it.
What a mess.
Swing and a miss, strike three.
What a mess.
Full house for Hernandez. Strikeouts.
Man, I can't explain it. I'm just having a terrible time with this tonight.
Over Baez Almora due in the bottom of the ninth.
Tighten all the right stuff for the...
See, I wouldn't wear the jacket. Because my OCD would kick in. I wouldn't want dirt stains on it. I wouldn't slide.
Oh, there we go. Look at that blob I put out there.
Your uniform dirty, but a jacket. Nice, beautiful big league jacket. Can't put that first for that on.
Oh, jeez. What? What a mess.
0.00007. Just clinched the fact he's going to do. Well, that had first. Ball to left. Schwarber back on it. Make the play. Two-run homer.
All right.
Cousins, the first of his
Little do they know.
And the Phillies lead by 2 in the ninth.
My time is spent, but so is
I'm gonna fix. I'm gonna hit fast forward. Oh man.
Now yard time is our time.
This is a Scott's yard.
I had to file a renter's insurance claim one time. Called USA, explained exactly what happened. There's nothing fun about making insurance claims. But USA made the process seamless.
No bronze will be cast in her likeness.
This is the worst ad I've ever seen
She was
going on. She was but just a woman with a will to go
beyond.
beyond. It's a Sheraton commercial, and it seems to be the most condescending.
Sony 75-inch TVs. How far back is your couch from the wall?
Possibilities begin with a conversation, a smart give and take. And evidence
There we go. Come
before I
on.
get home. Just download the app.
Come on.
You can now cook a chicken with your phone. We'll help you
Come
make sure
on.
all your gadgets work together. Discovering what's possible means asking the right questions.
Or you might electronics.
Oh, what am I going to do about
It's good
this?
too. So you can make me
I
tech
am
savvy.
so unhappy
The possibilities
about
are endless. We just can't wait to remove
what's happened yet so far. I can see what I need to do. I need to switch to a fatter pinstriping brush, which seems counterintuitive, but I can't get this one to.
Anthony Dominguez, 23 years old. Less than a month ago made his major league debut.
Yeah, I've got to get
He
a.
has
I'll see what it could be.
out of the gate.
Could make all the difference.
1, 2, 3
Probably will.
tonight. This is only his 13th appearance, but 15 and 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no walks.
Because there will be more paint out at the end of the brush. Because
Obviously, Dave Kapler.
the higher number of hairs, that's what they are in a brush.
Go through the Cubs here in the bottom half of the night.
Thick, it holds paint. I can keep the tip. The tip will
They're waiting here in the bottom of the ninth.
will
On Kyle Schwarber. Need a base run.
wick the paint down to the. Here, I'm gonna get really serious. Look at that! I put my wrist in the paint first thing. Didn't smear anything, fortunately. Here's Schwarber. I can get my. There it is. Get my maul stick out. Oh, this is weird, boy. I'm far enough away that I'm having a hard time filling the gap that shouldn't be there. But I think the brush is acting better.
Now he's really in a bind where you're probably going to have to throw strikes to Baez, and that's a very dangerous proposition.
Oh, look at that mess. Jeez. Ah. Wow. This is an education. Finding out how much trouble I'm having doing this. Wow. There it is again. Look at that gap. There's no way. That just makes absolutely no sense. What's it doing there? Where was I when that got painted like that? Damn it. I gotta stop and fix it. The whole thing's a mess, but I'll probably find a way to live with it. So. Fortunately, it's that solid yellow. So there's no question of having to match a color. Alright, where is it? Where's the yellow? Where did I put my yellow? I believe I put it on the ground. Oh, it's in the corner of this purple. Yep. Thinned it too much, but when it's straight out of the can, you just add more. Back in business. If it was a mixed color, I would have been out of business. I don't know, it's possible that I have some of that purple, because that needs done. This still needs done. I'll do this and we'll touch the black up later. Crazy. Alright, let me go look for the purple. The pastel. Is that it? Could be. But I painted yellow over top of the skin, so there's no saving that if that's where it is. It's gone. I'm going to have to match it. That's impossible. Next to impossible. This has been a nightmare. I'm going to go back to my black and see if I can get around this corner.
He's making the call. He wants a lefty. That is Adam Morgan. Don't go anywhere. First and third. One out. 5-3 Phillies, 9th inning.
Design your dream kitchen with a serving of choice. With premium GE finishes at the Home Depot. Stainless steel, black stainless steel, slate, and black slate. Nice choice. Save over $1,500 on this GE black slate steel. The Home Depot. More safe, more doable.
My time is thin, but so is my lawn.
It's been worn down to ugly, thin grass. Now there's new Scott Stricker Lawn, the revolutionary 3-in-1 solution for peat lawns. With a soil improver to strengthen roots, seed to fill in gaps, and fertilizer to feed. The result? Up to a 50% Yard.
Sometimes a day at the ballpark is more than just a day at the ballpark.
All military members dare to be recognized.
No matter where or when you served, T-Mobile stands ready to serve you. That's why we're providing half-off family plans to all military.
Oh, the trouble. That's not the trouble I've known. There's so many repairs necessary. If I do everything a little thicker, I can just redo everything. And
A couple of years ago, as a starter, he has pitched out of the bullpen though the last 2 seasons, putting together a fine start here in 2018. Yeah, like a lot of guys, goes to the bullpen, get this increased velocity, fastball averaging 94 miles per hour. 2 years back as a starter, he was 89, 90. From a lot of sliders. Also has a curveball and a changeup, so he brings that starting pitcher's repertoire to the bullpen.
wow. Oh, I'm having a horrible time.
University of Alabama alum, turns around in half. Pitch from the right side. Schwarber at third.
There we go. Finally going to use the
2-run ball game, 9th inning.
wall stick.
Outside ball 1. Down with the walk-off home run. Wind not blowing. The impediment. Pretty similar for Ian so far this year, right left. Biggest difference, less power, right-handed. Talking about 70 points lower on the right side. 2-0. Foul back.
Oh boy. Let's see
He
this.
hit 226 in May. 60 points off what he did in April, but his on-base percentage was way higher because he walked a ton. Morgan does not have a professional save at any level. Okay. Another switch hitter on deck.
No, this is the right brush. There's no doubt about that.
On their feet here.
A little late.
Looking for some magic. Bases loaded.
Bases loaded. Zobrist, he's going to fly out because I know who hits the grand slam. No, you no.
So the tying runs in scoring position with 1 out.
Troubles I've seen.
First pitch strike.
Yeah, I still never filled that in. That's I hadn't actually been worried about till I saw it coming up and knew I couldn't fill it in with the thickness of the stroke I was putting on it right then.
Elevated like that.
I could fix it from here.
tapper. They'll get one, and that'll be it. And Alfaro, I think, because of that earlier throw.
Yeah, we're doing okay. I'm just not happy with this surface. This stuff. Look at that chatter in this thing. That's the background paint did not settle into the nap. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm sure I did 2 coats. So there's a coat of gesso and 2 finish coats, and I still, look at this mess. Look at that. When I was done with the stroke, I thought it was done. Instead, it's just a mess. All right, here comes Hayward. He's going to hit a grand slam, so I need to pay some attention. Here's the pitch. Wild pitch. Yeah, I can't get the paint does not, the paint isn't there when it needs to be. It's so the guy at home is hitting 139 against lefties, and he's about to hit a home run off a lefty, so he's hitting almost 260, I understand, which is a decent average. All right, let's keep struggling along. Got 2 to do right there. This will be my easiest, best test. I'm already out of paint. I thought I'd given myself plenty. And I'm not half through the job. Two and one. So there may be a few pitches left yet.
Ball gets over his head, Cubs win.
Here it comes. Everybody's on their feet. Left it off. 2 and 2. Fouled it off.
Let's led this game 3-0. Release 2 big home runs. Voltaire, 3-run shot to tie it in the 6th. Cousins, 2-run last year in the 9th. Cubs have the bases loaded with 2 outs. A 2-2 count on Hayward.
He steps out. Right. I get to do these 2. The pitcher steps out. People hate this. I'm no hater. We call it a cat and mouse game. He's still out, so I'm going to try my...
2 runs in the 4th. Bryant and Rizzo both walked to start that inning. They walked twice here in the 9th. Take advantage yet again.
I like that. Nothing wrong with that. No chatter there. It comes from having enough paint. 2-2. Here's the pitch.
Now ready. The 2-2 pitch.
There it is.
Guess he hit it over Herrera's head. How sweet does that feel for Jason Hayward? Pile on, boys! Wow. Can you believe that?
All right. Dream come true.
Hitting 139 against lefties. Yeah, we've seen a lot of improbable here tonight. With the Cishek and Morrow both giving up home runs. Now Jason Hayward unloads for a Ford home run replay. A grand slam to end the ball game. Gets his third home run of the year. And no doubt about it.
Walk-off grand slam. That's the way to go.
That was fun.
Up Wednesday, over to Friday. Today's Saturday, so I'm not seeing anything else on this. Let me see. Let's do this. Yankees, Mets. I've seen one Yankees game. I've seen one Mets game. I haven't watched either of them all the way through, so this is a good chance. Oh, I got more programming to do. I will listen to Home, the lesser of two evils. My brush is a mess. I think I've mentioned that. I got forgotten for a while. I quit painting for 9 months or so. Well, this is it. This is what it looks like to be back. Start learning all over
At
again.
Citi Field in New York, the New York Mets play the New York Yankees. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Citi, preferred card of the New York Mets. By Geico, over 75 years of savings and service. By Toyota, the Toyota Camry, Highlander, and RAV4 have something for everybody. Toyota, let's go places. How about the State Farm agent of the game, Pat Cauley of Glendale, New York? Contact Pat at patcauley.com. 7 train heading for Citi Field, and thus the Subway Series 2018 begins. Met fan and Yankee fans are arriving together.
I must have taken the 7 train when I went to see the Cubs back in 72, 71.
As the two New York teams go head to head for the first time.
Man, oh, why do I butcher these things? Jeez, what a mess.
Everybody, and welcome to Citi Field. Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling with you tonight as the Mets and Yankees open a 3-game weekend series. Mets are going on hard times. Injury bug has been a huge part of their lack of success this season, and it got worse today. Jerry's Familia, the Mets closer, goes on the disabled list with a sore right shoulder. Noah Syndergaard will not start as had been hoped on Sunday night.
His finger is still bothering him. They're hoping maybe he can pitch by the following weekend in Arizona. Seth Lugo will take his spot. So the Mets bullpen is diminished by 2 guys going into this series.
You know, what the shame about it is that for what, 1 or 2 games, the bullpen was at its strength. And it was going to be a strength just like it was earlier in the season. But now with Syndergaard not starting, Familia having the bad shoulder after a bad shoulder last year, Lugo out of the pen, and it diminishes that pen just a bit.
And the Yankees come to town with all that power, Stanton and Judge and Sanchez. But what has really characterized this season has been the performance of their young infielders.
Well, the 2 rookies, Miguel Andujar, the 23-year-old Dominican, plays a third baseman, second baseman, Gleyber Torres, 21 years of age from Venezuela. They're hitting 306, 294 respectively. 17 home runs between them and 54 RBIs. These young men have come up and have filled the void and are added more firepower to this very potent Yankee lineup.
Meanwhile, Jacob DeGrom is on an historic stretch for the Mets. They're not winning his starts, but his performance has just been incredible.
Yeah, he can't do too much more. His last 8 starts has not given up more than 1 run. The real battle tonight will be DeGrom against Stanton. Stanton's got 4 home runs. No one in baseball has more than 2 against DeGrom.
And so it begins. First of 6 meetings this year between the crosstown rivals, Mets and Yankees tonight at Citi Field. All the action coming your way tonight right here on SNY.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters. You don't measure in inches, but in microns. It's where precision and power dictate success, and where the tools you choose separate good from great. Legendary craftsmanship, powerful performance.
My time is spent, but so is my loss.
Now there's new Scott Spicker Lawn 3-in-1 solution with a soil improver, seed, and fertilizer to feed.
Now yard time is our time.
It's a Scott's yard.
When my business took off, I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One to earn 2% cash back on every purchase I make. And all that cash back helps me invest in things like this and keeps my business going. What's in your wallet?
Third, the Mets take on the Dodgers at 7:15 p.m. The first 25,000 fans in attendance will receive a home run apple figurine courtesy of Delta Airlines. Tickets visit Mets.com/tickets. Ballpark filling up on a beautiful Friday night.
It isn't anything like I gave you so far, but it's going to stay this way. So different. I'll show you.
The old saying, good things come to those who win, is just that. Oh, those good things, you have to get out there and chase them.
Look, it's more like it was sewn that way. Micro line for the outside of the mouth. You can live with it. It's the way it is.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters. You don't measure in inches, but in microns.
Such stretches, and Jacob DeGrom tries to keep it rolling tonight.
Yeah, the 200 numbers don't really do it justice, does it? Almost a little over 4 years ago, he made his debut in Game 2 against the Yankee squad.
And in fact, the first man he faced in his career will be the first man he faces tonight. Brett Gardner leads off for the Yankees, the longest tenured Yankee. Now 34 years old. DeGrom's first pitch of the night is fastball
In for a call strike, and we're underway. Gardner's been hot lately, 353 over his last 20 games for a Yankee team that's second in the American League in runs scored and leads the American League and the Major Leagues in home runs with 98. Off-speed pitch and on the ground down to Gonzalez, and DeGrom got his first down of the night. This starting lineup for the Yankees tonight. Greg Bird's been back about 2 weeks from his latest ankle surgery. He's still trying to get it going. Didi Gregorius was the April MVP and probably the May LVP in the American League. But all that power in the middle of the batting order for Judge and Stanton and Sanchez, the young guys that Keith talked about. This is a formidable lineup to negotiate. Here's Judge, last year's American League Rookie of the Year, set a rookie record with 52 home runs. He's got 17 already this year.
Hitting only .208 against right-handers, feasting on left-handers.
Lots of walks, lots of strikeouts. They characterized his season last year. He's second in the American League in walks and has struck out the most times, 84 in his first 219 at-bats. DeGrom coming off a 13 strikeout performance against the Cubs, and he misses inside. It's 2-1.
Judge had all those numbers despite going on a 6-week funk after the All-Star break last year.
You mean after the home run derby?
How was it going to go there?
Is that still a thing?
I mean, forever. It'll always be a thing.
They're having trouble getting guys to be in the home run derby this year. 3-1 to Judge with Greg Bird on deck. And that's ball 4. So DeGrom, who has been walking very few, judicious with Judge. It's a 1-out walk.
And Alexis Mets starting infield. Mesoraco with the hamstring. He's come back.
Oh, what a mess this thing is. My God, how am I going to rationalize not just throwing it away?
Where is Nemo going to go? Where is Jay Bruce going to go? It's very interesting, but we'll see how that
I was so
Cespedes starting rehab assignment. That's a DH
excited after I did that.
Just 39 at-bats since returning in late May. Missed most of last season after ankle surgery and came back and had a very productive postseason for the Yankees, only to have undergo another ankle operation this March.
I'm getting this down here where that other one is, even though it's not supposed to be there. And now I'm going back to that side and
with Bird, sticking him in that 3 spot in the batting order and leaving him there.
Well, the reason they like him there is that they split up Judge and Stanton. They would like him to take off like he did, like you said, Gary, in the postseason last year. There's Aaron.
3 postseason home runs last year.
It's nice to have that left-handed bat in between, sandwiched by those 2 bombers. Judge and Stanton, and he's getting protection from Stanton. It's only been 9 games for him.
Rob hitting 98 on the gun with that last fastball.
oh boy.
He's been using his changeup more and more. 25% of his pitches were changeups against the Cubs his last time out. And the fastball lifted along the line.
All right, what else?
Now it's sailing in the stand. And it stays 1-2 Bird.
Dangerous area there with that complete shift. Bermuda Triangle out there. No one's going to reach the ball fair if it stays fair down that line.
Well, one thing DeGrom has been doing also, and we've noted it, it's so obvious, is that he's a guy that came up and pitched at the knees, and now he's pitching upstairs with success.
Pulled down at first. Gonzalez gets the out at first. The tag play at second. Double play. Side retired. Beautifully handled by Adrian Gonzalez.
Hello, Adrian Gonzalez is back.
Second base in the shift for the 3-3-5 double play.
That's good to hear.
Handled like a Gold Glover.
Yes, and a nice throw. The tough play was the throw.
One of my favorite players.
Bended it around Judge, who was blocking his line of throw.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters.
You've heard this 3 times in a row, 3 innings in a row. Are you sure?
Brandon Nimmo leads off against Masahiro Tanaka, making his 13th start of the year. Nimmo trying to fight his way out of a slump, 1 for his last 18. And he takes the first pitch breaking ball in for a strike.
Tanaka loves his slider right now. Land Rover above and beyond. I'll give you one. His last 5 games started, 26 2/3 innings. Tanaka's given up 9 home runs, 15 on the year.
Nimmo cracks one to deep right field. Judge takes a look, and that ball's in the upper deck. Nimmo leads off the game with a home run, and the Mets have a 1-0 lead.
Oh, this is
Career
great.
leadoff home run for Nimmo, his 8th home run of the year, and the Mets are off to a fast start.
Maybe that'll give them the spark they need. Quick bat right here. Ball out over the plate. Belt high, a little below belt. And there's no doubt here. Right down Broadway.
Like the cute first pitch slider, but the second fastball right down the middle.
Marc has been giving up a lot of home runs. That's 16 now he's allowed in 67 innings. And a first pitch slider in for a strike to Cabrera. That Mets home run means City will donate enough for No Kid Hunger to provide 20,000 meals to kids in need. Mets have scored just 1 run in their previous 35 innings before Nimmo unloads. That's second leadoff home run this year. Mike Conforto had one earlier this year in Cincinnati. And Cabrera goes after the splitter, and it's 1-2. Tanaka now 29 years old. It's his 5th year with the Yankees. The first 3 were brilliant. The last 2 have been not quite as consistent.
He's a little short as he strikes out Cabrera on that break ball. Cabrera thinks it hit the dirt. Oh, he
Foul tipped it.
foul tipped it.
Mark Wagner, the home plate umpire, called it.
I heard the foul tip, but he caught in the air.
It was legit.
Yeah.
Barry Sanchez, who did not catch a pitch earlier in the at-bat, was able to catch the foul tip.
Ricky Callaway's trying to get the home plate umpire Mark Wagner to at least check with the rookie umpire at third base.
Jeremy Rehack umpiring at third. Vacation fill in.
The thing about Tanaka is that from those 2 years prior, Gary, his fastball was 94, 95. It was electric. He's come back to the pack. He's got a compromised UCL, and he throws his fastball. He told me before the game.
27% of the time. Michael Conforto, 2 for his last 20. And he takes a
Tie
step down,
this
ball strike.
up.
See a lot of splitters, a lot of sliders. Between those 2 pitches, splitter and slider, 65% of his offer.
It's up here. Leave it there.
Corner 2-1. Tanaka's first 3 years, from 2014 to 2016, he was 39-16 with a 3.12 ERA. He just exploded on the
Okay.
scene. After a marvelous career in Japan for the Rakuten Golden Eagles, he went 24-0 his last year in Japan.
There's his numbers, 59 and 30. That was a good slider. He threw 2-1. Didn't get the call.
For the last 2 years, 20 and 14, 4.76. He's been much more pedestrian. Check out the Mets Geico starting lineup. Nimmo has already introduced himself. Mesoraco back in the lineup. His first start since last Saturday. We have a mild hamstring problem. Todd Frazier's 3rd game back off the disabled list. First time in 8 games the Mets have scored in the first inning. Got to go back to the game a week ago Tuesday in Atlanta. And Conforto fouls one into the ground.
And the Jeep Yankee infield, we've got the youngsters, Andujar, 46th start at third base. In the outfield, Brett Gardner, most of the lion's share of his playing time in left field. Without the DH, Giancarlo Stanton, who DHs, is out in left field. And Aaron Hicks rides the pine.
Conforto strikes out. And Tanaka's got back-to-back strikeouts after the home run by Nimmo.
Well, the split finger to Cabrera went down and away. I think that was more of a cutter than the split finger that went down and into Conforto.
Been throwing that cutter more lately, 4% for the year, but 12% over his last 3 starts.
I mean, he's almost kind of a jump baller now when you watch Tanaka.
So here's Frazier, 1 for 8 in his first 2 games since coming off the disabled list. And Todd takes a slider off the plate for ball 1. Well, DeGrom's got his run.
Yeah, go get him.
I mean, you think about the unlikelihood of a guy going on a stretch of 8 starts where he never gives up more than 1 run, and yet he has 2 wins over those 8 starts.
Yeah, and the team is 2-6 in those starts. 5-7 on the year.
It's rather unprecedented.
It is. It is.
In fact, since the advent of earned runs over 100 years ago, no other pitcher has had an ERA as low as DeGrom's over an 8-start span and had only 2 wins. Never.
Wow.
1-2 coming, and another slider in the dirt. 2-2.
Sometimes it's not how you pitch, sometimes it's when you pitch. Tanaka, when he starts, has been afforded 6.75 runs per game. Run support. That's number 1 in all of baseball.
Well, his last 8 starts, he's 4.17, and he's 5-0. So, go figure. Foul tip, held by Sanchez. 3 strikeouts in a row for Tanaka after Nimmo delivered the keynote. Second pitch. Surprising because Stanton in his days with the Marlins was a regular thumper of Mets pitchers. 35 home runs against the Mets, 21 of them at Citi Field, more than any other visitor. And he lines one to center field, but it stays up for Conforto for a hard first out. Jacob deGrom has changed his pitching style over the course of his career.
Yeah, but he will get ahead of the hitters down in the strike zone with his slider and fastball. But once he gets 2 strikes, he just elevates it, and there's an art to it. It's got to be high enough that they can't make contact, but low enough that they operate.
Look at that, 61% of his fastballs in the top third of the zone, and that number has come up consistently over the course of his career.
Come up, I think they mean.
And he takes a strike. Let's check it with
Kept.
Steve Gillis. Steve?
Gary, the
Has
numbers
kept.
come up consistently and considerably. It's more than doubled,
Yeah.
actually. Back to the Rookie of the Year in 2014, he was thrown in the upper third or higher of the zone with his fastball just 30% of the time. Like you said, up to 61% now. Pretty remarkable to see a guy change that drastically and still have the same type of success.
Well, swing and misses are a big part of the game. And if you're pitching in today's game, you got to go find them. And up in the strike zone is where they're at.
Slider, swung and missed, 1-2. It's been a struggle for Sanchez. He's got 12 home runs, but hit it just 201.
201, but with 35 ribbies. So there has been production when he does get some base hits.
278 last year with 33 home runs. 1-2 coming. It's fouled off. Remember going into last year, it was Sanchez who was supposed to be the young slugger to watch for the Yankees.
Yeah, not Judge. The one thing that's been consistent watching him this season is at bats is that he is chasing that slider off the strike zone. It's a pitch he took more often last year.
We saw that once in the
We're
course of
getting
this
there.
event. See if DeGrom goes back to it here to try and put him away.
Oh, you don't see that very often. A foul tip, 1 bounce into the glove of Mesoraco.
It's magic.
Nice.
Part of that break.
Okay, you can see it. It's right there.
And into the side pocket. And he struck him out with the slider, so he went right back to it to get his first strikeout of the night.
You know, we spend so much time talking about how great he is with people on base. Look at that grip on the side of the baseball. How good his stuff is. We don't always talk about his intelligence and how he gets hitters out. He sees the swing, and he counters with a pitch that goes against the swing of Sanchez.
So now 2 out of nobody on here with P.D. Gregorius, who got off to as good a start as anybody in the major leagues this year. On the 27th of April, he was hitting .368 with 10 homers and 30 RBI. In 30 games since then, he's hitting .153 with 1 home run and 6 RBI. You talk about hot and cold.
Well, they've got him to pull.
Oh, D.D. Gregorius.
Line toward the middle, but right there is Rosario to pick it off. Double line drive out to the inning, sandwiching the strikeout of Sanchez. 1-0 Mets in the second.
Gregorius has fallen off. He was supposed to be the. He was supposed to be.
When you're aiming for perfection.
Oh my man, they are really pushing it.
Gardner did not get a good read on that ball off the bat, but got back there to make the play, bang into the fence for a long first down.
Well, I talked about Gardner not playing a lot of center field this year. Only his 17th start in center field. He's really a left fielder.
Okay.
But he's got the speed.
What am I doing this time?
This is a gritty player. Just we spent a lot of time talking about contracts that don't work. It certainly did. 4-year deal.
Last year, that deal, they have a team option for next year. Here's Devin Mesoraco.
I don't know how I didn't get the curve that they wanted me to put in here. This doesn't come close.
Mesoraco, 5 home runs and 60 at bats as a Met.
The same way it didn't down there.
Slider in for a strike, 1-1.
But I sure enjoy this little brush. It doesn't have to go on very long voyages. That's the thing.
Watch his eyes. He sees that he's got it. There's the ball. He closes his eyes and gets wide. He knows he's going to crash into the wall. He doesn't know how close he was to the wall.
Mesoraco pops one up. Sanchez, Burns. It's Burns taking charge. 2 out. Driver on Baker presented by Cadillac. Shohei Ohtani, a grade 2 UCL strain. They say he could bat, but they're going to shut him down completely for 3 weeks and then reevaluate him to try and make sure that he can keep all of his skills on the field.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You wouldn't want any one at bat to kind of compromise his ability to come back as a pitcher.
The Angels are in 3rd place in the American League West. That's the way that Seattle has played since they lost Robbie Cano. They're 16-6 since Cano was suspended. I think that is shocking to a lot of people. And it's made the Angels' predicament in terms of, making the postseason a little greater. We have to figure there's going to be a wild card that comes out of the American League East one way or the other.
That's right.
So there's not going to be a second wild card available unless. Adrian Gonzalez 0 for his last 13. And he takes the fastball away from Tanaka.
Tanaka's pitching so far around the strike zone with his fastball, being overly careful, and then trying to get the hitters out with his slow stuff.
Junk in here.
I mean, how much do you think that Tanaka's evolution as a breaking ball pitcher is the general feeling around baseball that there should be
more break and stuff growing. How much of it is that, he's got the partially torn UCL and his velocity's come down?
Yeah, I think it's that. The second.
He strikes out Gonzalez with a splitter. And that's 4 strikeouts for Tanaka, who's retired 6 straight after Nimmo's leadoff home run. DeGrom back to the mound for the third with a 1-0 lead.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters. You don't measure in inches, but in microns. The tools you choose.
This year they have Brandon Drury playing third base when the year began. Drury went down with migraines, and Andujar has taken over. He has had a great rookie season so far. 32 extra base hits in his first 55 career games. Only one Yankee has ever had more, and that was Joe DiMaggio.
Well, the home run he's hit.
Two hopper for Rosario, plenty of time. And now DeMar retired that way.
It was a bit of a surprise for the Yankees. He only hit 51 home runs in the minor leagues over 5 seasons. So he took 7 home runs in only about 200 at bats. Kind of surprised, pleasant surprise for the Yankees.
There's Tanaka, who has 1 career hit and came here against Jose Valverde in 2014. Tanaka, a pitcher who has not had much experience at the plate. Aaron Boone keeping Torres 9th. Tanaka hits it well out of center for the third crowd and 2 out.
That might have been his best ball right there. Track power. He's a pitcher.
So much as the Mets have preferred to keep Ahmed Rosario in the 9-hole, the Yankees are doing the same with rookie second baseman Gleyber Torres. Right now, especially with Ohtani out for a while for the Angels, has to be the front runner for American League Rookie of the Year. Just 21 years old, never hit more than 11 home runs in a minor league season. He's got 10 already through his first 136 at-bats.
And talking to the Yankee, I talked to David Cohn and Al Leiter, who are here, and they say that this kid is the real deal, that he is a hitter. He makes adjustments. He's a good 2-strike hitter.
Torres came over from the Cubs 2 summers ago when the Yankees traded away Rollins Chapman. The Cubs got Chapman for their World Series run, and then the Yankees signed Chapman back. So they had Torres and a couple of other prospects. They got Chapman as well. It's what you call a perfect deal, especially with Torres looking as good as he's looking. We sent Ronnie downstairs to get a better look at DeGrom and Tanaka tonight from a lower angle. Join him next half inning. Torres fouls off the curveball, 1-2.
So Torres takes a pretty healthy cut.
I'm not very happy about the location of that last curveball. Jake walked Judge in the first inning. He's retired 6 in a row since then. 1-2 coming. Struck him out. High fastball. Second strikeout of the day for Jacob DeGrom, who's set down 7 in a row. And his dominance just continues. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Mets.
When you're aiming for perfection.
Oh my God! Jeez. This is very unusual. They haven't clogged the airwaves with the exact same ad every time for before. It hasn't happened before.
Good cut. Jacob's batting average below the Mendoza line, or the double Mendoza line, but it's still a very big threat at the plate. He doesn't get the cookies anymore. They are aware that he is a threat up there at the bat.
Have to discount all those bats he took when he wasn't allowed to swing.
I get to go check my phone and see what somebody said. People don't say much to me very often, so it's always fun.
In his bat, so they'll exchange that for a new one. So we sent Ronnie downstairs to get a little different perspective on what's going on tonight.
I was just appalled that that boy threw the bat at DeGrom and let catch it with his right hand. Does he know how valuable that right hand is?
He could have caught it with his left hand.
I should have.
And he goes around the half swing, and that's 5 strikeouts for Tanaka. So this is the view that you've got from down there, Ronnie. What does that afford you?
I feel like I can see right into what the pitchers are thinking. I'll tell you just really quick, my first thought. I get down here right before DeGrom struck out Torres, and the difference between, I know velocity isn't everything, but the difference in velocity from Tanaka and DeGrom is stark.
Ron, you're showing a little grizzle back
By
there.
you came back, does that mean they let you out and honored your tickets later? Question mark?
I said nothing. No, it's interesting. I haven't been this close to a mound in 30-something years, so it's pretty cool.
We're a group? Question mark?
1-1
Cool.
Rosario.
Period.
And he golfs one foul. So, you know, we talk up here about Tanaka pitching around the strike zone. Can you get the same sense
Bloomington,
of that
Minnesota
You can tell
was the first game I ever saw. Parent, period.
Tends to be an Asian motion with the pause at the top and then proceeds to deliver the ball.
The splitter strikes out Rosario.
I never realized it till recently, but they got front row seats on the right field foul line, so I would be the closest I could be to the infield and my favorite player, Tony Oliva, period.
He asked Pat Russell, the hitting coach, if he wouldn't mind coming in on the off day yesterday to do some extra work. Russell, of course, obliged that request. They came and worked for a couple hours, did some hitting, did some video work. Noticed that Brandon was leaning out over the plate, which was causing a little bit of a loop in his swing. They felt like they corrected that yesterday, and given the result of his first at bat, it looks like they just might have.
First man ever to hit a leadoff home run at home against the Yankees since interleague play began.
Well, it's good that Brandon recognized that he was under the ball, because as a hitter, you can tell. You see the ball, your bat going under the ball, you can see it, and make the necessary correction. Tanaka's the kind of guy with that splitter. If he gets ahead of Chase, and that's all you'll get. Nemo is very patient, good eye at the plate, doesn't fish too often. Got to throw strikes to him.
Is it the Walker Art Center in Minneapolis?
Guys, you can really see the frustration.
Question mark? I'm pretty sure, period. I saw Giacometti show there.
Getting strikes from the home plate umpire Wegner. I don't know how close they look up there.
We can see him talking without turning to the home plate umpire. And these for a strike 3-2.
That's a nice pitch right there, RJ. 3-1 backdoor slider, knees and blind. That's one to take, and it's very patient on Nemo's part. I mean, that's not a pitch to hit 3-1.
And Nemo bounces one into the shift. Torres makes the play. Side retired. 9 in a row retired by Tanaka. Mets lead at 1-0 after 3. And we'll keep it here at Citi Field to honor the veteran of the game.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters.
I'm not sure who's answering. I guess there are conflicting ideas going on, period.
From great. Legendary craftsmanship.
What would it have been called? Question mark. I hate to, but I can just go Google it.
Snapple. Flavor that pops. A salute
to one of Dad's most important jobs. Fatherhood. Give Dad the gift of steel. At Steel Dealer.
Enjoy watching him play.
And he lines one, too tall for Cabrera. And the Yankees have their first hit of the game. Cabrera timed his leap as well as he could, and it just went off the tip of his glove.
I would guess I was about 10 at that game, and they hit a towering foul ball that came down one row ahead of me, and it was the most terrifying experience of my life. Period. It was coming directly out of the sun.
That 2-0 DeGrom gave in. I can't put my arms around that.
Other things came along to outdo that.
I think with the kind of lineup that they have, what else are you going to do with Judge and Bird and Stanton coming up? You're not going to walk Gardner. You have to go after him. That's baseball.
Gardner 6 steals and 7 tries this year. And Judge hits a double play ball to Frazier. Cabrera with a turn. That's turned their second double play of the night. 5-4-3, 2 out and nobody on.
Pitcher's best friend.
Mets, who are last in the National League in turning double plays, get 2 in the first 4 innings for DeGrom.
Taylor-made. Nice, easy hop.
I will make a point of watching that game tomorrow.
Slide by Gardner.
Period.
And you tell me he's not hard-nosed. He did not give a la-di-da to Cabrera, made him do some dancing.
Although, if it's an afternoon game, I might be able to see it later tonight. Period.
Greg Bird grounded into a double play started by Gonzalez his first time. '55 starts in his career.
Wow.
1 run.
It's incredible.
No runs.
See, there's a hitter in Bird where he's a low ball hitter. You can elevate. You don't want to elevate with Giancarlo Stanton. He's a good high ball hitter. You got to be very careful. Make sure if you do, you throw it up in his eyes.
1-2 coming. Struck him out. Another high fastball. That's another strikeout for DeGrom, his 3rd of the night. Helped out by the double play ball. He's got 4 scoreless innings under his belt already. 1-0 Mets in the 4th.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters. You don't measure in inches, but in microns. It's where precision and power dictate success, and where the tools you choose separate good from great. Legendary craftsmanship, powerful performance.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
Yeah, it's good.
Does it make the short list?
Sure was.
First base umpire John Payne called a foul, but look how close. Bird took it to the bag just to be sure. Portal and Frazier to follow.
A lot of shaking off the signs from Tanaka and Sanchez in this game so far. What I saw in the booth and what I'm seeing now.
So is that a matter, Ronnie, of just a relatively young catcher and a pitcher who throws a lot of different pitches, or is something deeper than that?
I think that Sanchez has got to get in tune with that. Tanaka does not want to throw a fastball behind the count. That's a natural thing for a catcher to call.
1-2 to Cabrera, and he lays off the splitter, 2-2. Porto on deck, Frazier behind him. Each team with 1 hit. The Mets hit was Brandon Nimmo's home run, and Tanaka's 2nd pitch of the night.
Well, Johnny Franco threw out the first ball so appropriate that someone called on the mound.
And you don't have to call timeout.
no one on base.
Given the fact that Familia went on the DL today and Lugo's going to start Sunday night, can Johnny put on number 45? And why not? Need him in the ninth. Rare Yanks one foul.
I think Tanaka, Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that maybe the reason why he's throwing sliders, I'd like to know how many sliders he's thrown over the season to left-handers. I don't think he has the confidence to throw that fastball inside the left-handers, so he throws that hard slider to keep everybody honest, to set up the splitter on the outside.
And back to the split to strike out Cabrera for the second time. That's 7 for Tanaka, who's not had more than 9 in a game this year.
You know, the problem, though, Keith, as you watch this splitter from Tanaka, is that if you're pitching at Yankee Stadium and you're throwing something soft, slider, or split finger to the left-handed hitter, you're more apt to pull it. If it goes in the air, it's out of that ballpark.
A lot more room in right field here. Here's Conforto, who struck out his first time up. He takes the first pitch curveball up high.
Beautiful crowd, beautiful ballpark, beautiful day. Was it not, folks? Just a gorgeous day.
We're due a lot of those.
No, full. It was so nice to walk around today in a polo shirt. I've been in sandals today.
Wait till we get to Phoenix and it's 115.
I won't be there.
We'll be thinking of you.
Oh.
And your ankle. 2-1 to Conforto. I didn't know where you
That's where I get that.
You were injured?
My knee.
Your knee.
That's what, thanks to our producer.
Sorry. He did what to you?
He called me. I couldn't pronounce the name. I know partially my fault, but I can't predict when he's going to call me.
Did he order you?
No, he asked.
Present yourself?
Did that wound up blowing my hurt my knee off? Now I got better.
Glorious in the shift. 6-3 put out in the second out. That's 11 in a row retired by Tanaka.
Well, when you look at the lower half of Tanaka, I told you about the little delay there where he reboots or regroups and then proceeds. That lower half kicks out that front foot. It has a pretty good drop and drive. Now you can't see it from the plate, or I wouldn't think you can see it from the plate, but I can tell from here where I'm sitting, every time he's going to throw a split finger, I can see the grip in his finger behind his back. Finger.
Frazier drives one to right center. Coming back is Gardner. Running down. Side retired. Hard hit ball by Frazier. But Tanaka's now retired 12 in a row, and 2 hard balls have wound up in the glove of his veteran center fielder. Gardner tracks that down. Tanaka appreciative. 1-0 Mets after 4.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters.
Off the front office windows, over the right center field fence at Citi Field.
In the National League MVP last year, he chases one out of the strike zone there. For DeGrom's 4th strikeout of the night.
79th strikeout for Stanley. He's this guy who can strike out.
You know, what's interesting is that this pitch wasn't up as much, mostly on the corner. The pitch before, he missed badly. And this is one thing that DeGrom, I don't see upstairs. He went and was kind of angry at himself, walked around a little bit, took some more time, because he usually works so quickly to kind of get that out of his mind.
Now Sanchez has struck out on sliders his first time up, and DeGrom started him off with a hard slider. And another 1-1.
Sanchez, a 177 hitter. If you look at the Ks per 9 innings, Jacob DeGrom, number 2.
He's got 4 double-digit strikeout games already this year. He's got 4 tonight.
Hey guys, seat down here. It's nice.
We'll stay down there if you want.
Despite the gray I have back here.
Oh, well.
Okay. You have the product, don't you? Let's go.
Well.
Oh, Sanchez chases a high fastball. And that's
How'd that get there?
Strikeouts, 5 for the night for DeGrom.
Try to get it off.
Little groove now. Do the same thing with Gregorio.
So he struck him out on a slider away, and now a fastball up. And when DeGrom gets on these little rolls, he just seems like he can do anything he wants to the hitter.
Hey, came off with a dry
Rosario playing behind the bag at second.
paper towel.
Not caught by Mesoraco.
I'm gonna try to fix that.
And Mesoraco, even though he didn't catch it, DeGrom's asking Wegner where was that pitch. It should have been a strike, even though he didn't catch it.
Now, what are the chances, Rodney, of getting a strike call on a ball that goes to the back?
Well, as soon as they have artificial intelligence, the robot umpires, we strike every time. Not now.
Glorious golfs one foul.
Well,
Since 2012,
it's almost
Rob didn't make his debut till
done enough
a couple, 3 years
to.
after that.
Well, I have a bunch of dots that go in there. They want me to make circles. I'm not gonna. But I should make up a copy of that purple. Oh, I didn't finish it. Yeah.
He had an old
Got a weird heel thing.
in the early part of May. After that great start he got off to. One, two. Lifted foul down the left side. That'll go out of play.
You know, most pitchers, when they get to their set position, they're pretty straight up and down, and then they kind of lean into the plate. Not DeGrom. When he starts his motion of putting his hands and getting them going, he already has like a 45-degree tilt with his body that's moving towards the plate. So I think that's why he struggles. When he does struggle with his control, his arms lean. It's also the reason why he throws so hard.
I mean, we talked so much when he went through his brief struggles last year about him keeping a straight line toward home plate. I would imagine, Ronnie, if you're falling forward like that, it's hard to keep that line.
Yeah, I think that's, the issue for him is that once he gets to the top, he really has almost like he's bearing down with that front shoulder towards the hitter to keep that angle. And at times, I'm sure it's hard to make sure that arm gets grooved first and doesn't lag behind your body. That's been his issue whenever he's had an issue.
Sixth pitch in the at-bat coming to Gregorius, and he bounced the curveball 2-2.
Well, that'll set up the upstairs gas now.
You're right, Keith. Every pitch has a purpose.
And get it up and in.
Two-two.
Slider, interesting.
That runs the count full to Gregorius. Rob has walked one, he struck out 5, allowed just one single. Miguel Andujar would be next. Gregorius grounds one right at Cabrera. And Rob's got himself a 1-2-3 inning. 5 scoreless for DeGrom. Halfway through at Citi Field, 1-0 Mets.
When you're aiming for perfection, every detail matters. You don't measure in inches, but
He's hit 6 home runs in that game, and yet the Mets rallied and won it 9-8. Here's Jay Bruce leading off in the home fifth. Jay hit one to the warning track in center field that Gardner ran down. So Jay's last 2 at-bats, he hit one to the fence in left center in the 9th inning on Wednesday. That had gone a few feet further, might have been a game-winning home run, and then he hit one that stepped from the wall his first time up today. So he said some really long fly balls resulting in nothing. And so it has gone for Jay, who since the 1st of May has driven in 3 runs and hit 1 home run. Rather startling. Goes after the split. 2. Devin Mesoraco on deck, and Adrian Gonzalez retired 12 in a row after giving up a home run and demo on his second pitch. These two pitchers have combined to pitch one over the minimum so far tonight. Rare high fastball from Tanaka. 2-2.
The one that got away from him.
Guys, to the side here, what you're really seeing is the two pitchers living in different quadrants of the strike zone and getting outs. Tanaka's the knees and down, and DeGrom's the belt and up.
And that's really borne out in the numbers. We showed you the numbers earlier on DeGrom, how he pitches to the top of the zone more than any pitcher in baseball. Well, Tanaka pitches to the bottom of the zone more than any other major league star.
Wow.
And Bruce takes a splitter low ball 4, and the Mets have a leadoff base runner in the 5th.
Well, Tanaka, as we said, on the bottom of the zone, you got a splitter, where else are you going to throw it? You're going to throw it down. It's not effective. It's not an effective pitch, belt high or up at the letters. It sinks. You want to get the hitter to chase. It's off speed, gets him out in front.
So after 12 in a row, he issues his first walk of the night. And now Mesoraco, who fouled out to first base his first time. So Tanaka pitches out of the stretch for the first time in this game. Gave up a home run to Nimmo, then retired 12 straight, so he hasn't had to pitch out of the stretch until his 64th pitch. It's got to be jarring for a pitcher, right, Ronnie, to come this far into a game and never pitch out of the stretch?
Yeah, in fact, you have to sometimes tell yourself, okay, I haven't thrown from the stretch yet. A little extra concentration, at least on the first
Since
couple.
when can Eric send photos and leave messages?
Every
Question
pitcher
mark.
in between innings will throw at least one, maybe two pitches from the stretch just to get used to that feel. But it's not the same, of course, as pitching in a game.
Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck. And Mesoraco takes a slider down, and it's 3-0.
I never imagined you'd still be there and Devin would still have you there after apparently 9 hours.
This is where I think the Mets offense has to consider the source. Tanaka's a guy that he's never going to really give in to you. So if you take your walks, get on base, put some pressure on him.
You can run. You can run Bruce here.
Not and the slider is on the corner. 3-2.
Now they're going to run.
The problem with waiting.
I guess it would have been premature to ask Devin how her shell party went earlier.
Career has been 2.5 walks per night. Gonzalez on deck. Bruce at first and nobody out. 3-2 to Mesoraco. And Bruce is not running. And it's hit to shortstop. Should be 2. Riverius the next stop. And then Torres with the turn for the 6-4-3 double play. So by not
If
sending
I'd
Bruce,
have known, I would have told you I've been live streaming most of the day.
Beautiful backhand.
And we could have practiced what can be done with this situation, because I'm not really sure, period.
So the Mets, who
In terms of talking back and forth.
Have turned 2 tonight. The
Period.
Yankees turned the fewest double plays in the American League, and now they get one. So Gonzalez bats with 2 out and nobody on. And thinking about a bunt, did not execute it, though running up as he did.
No, gee, bunt. I wouldn't bunt in front of the pitcher with 2 outs. You're Gonzalez. The split finger and slider should play right into your bat speed. Try to hit an extra base hit, I would think.
Is that as much as anything letting the Yankees know that he will do that to affect how they play him later?
I would not give it a second thought, Gary, to be honest with you.
Gets ahead of that one and yanks it down.
1-0 ball game right here. 2 outs. I just don't think it's a good play. I mean, Gonzalez has 6 home runs. I'd rather have him swing the bat.
Oh, that's not very exciting right there. Here, let's put this. Oh, you'll never see anything with it there. How about this? Oh, it fell out again.
Last trip to Atlanta this year. In the middle of June.
Unbelievable.
There we go.
You know, guys, one thing you can see from here is, we'll take a look at Jacob on deck, is that we used to always talk about Johan Santana and that every pitch looked like it was coming from the same arm speed, his fastball, especially his changeup. That's one thing you see from Tanaka, is that his arm speed on his fastball, split finger, and slider are all the same.
To Gonzalez.
This was so poorly executed, but I'm convinced I'll find a way to live with it. I'm going to have to figure out something with this background. I may not have double coated it. In fact, I doubt it. This looks so thin here. I think that's why I had so much trouble with this. I only coated it once, and the surface is too absorbent, and I couldn't get smooth lines.
It's my iPhone 6.
It's my iPhone 6.
You can turn off.
Okay. Nothing to do but grab another tote. Wow. I have lots of fun things to do yet. Yes, this is the one I repainted. Had to repaint that, which means we are going to see whether I'm prepared well enough to be able to find the pattern first thing. In fact, I'm going to
chops one slowly. Gonzalez in the field at the backhand flip to DeGrom for a fancy first down.
All right, all right.
Not fancy.
Hold everything.
He's done it a million times. He's such a good fielder. It's just a little Bob Cousy or Magic Johnson kind of assist on the back door.
It's still snazzy.
It is very snazzy. He knew exactly what he was doing. Nice play, Adrian.
By the way, speaking of people who make snazzy throws, congratulations to Bartolo Colon, who finally got win number 243 the other night to tie Juan Marichal's Dominican record. Now just 2 away from Dennis Martinez. Remember that behind the back throw he made?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay. I probably did the same thing with this, but I've done well, maybe just because I've used very thick paint. Yeah, I gotta go find. There's my drawing.
Worried about that late swing?
I am determined to keep my patterns
But to my right, I'm trying to look at the crowd behind me. I'm going to have to make a play.
and my.
I think you have good hands.
Watch that thumb.
Another play for Gonzalez, but he flips this one out of his glove, and Tanaka is safe. So Gonzalez looking for another 3-1 putout.
and a play that he would make 1,000,000 times in a row. And the problem was he did the one hand and the ball came up, hit the heel of his glove, and pops out.
Got to be in here.
All the way.
Got to be in here. It's not.
For Adrian Gonzalez.
So far.
Gets through that crack in the door. With the tying run at first,
there's this one, and there's
after a good slider, nothing wrong. Good slider.
You may remember this was a
Cut. The guy was like pitch to.
I know he came from the Cubs. He looks exactly from this position, like Javi Baez.
This was an orphan earlier. I could not find the pattern. Couldn't match the pattern to the product. This should never happen, and it has happened twice in this effort. Getting back to going to work. 2 major upsets, and here I am looking for a pattern for this. And I would like to be angry. I would like to. There it is. Nope, that goes over there. You know what I should do? These are totes. This could be done. I should keep the patterns inside the tote. I'd never lose them.
All season long, or at least in his last 8 starts, has the uncanny.
They're lost again. If you want to hang out, that's fine, but I can't do it right now. This is so upsetting.
We're getting 120 against them this year overall in these RBI spots.
And there it is. Everything looks out of focus. So that can't be fun.
Tough out here. Sorry, Gary.
It's the only way I can maintain my composure, and you know, when I put myself in stressful situations like this. A lost pattern. Where can they go? They can go to the end of my brain, which can spell stupidity. That's what it is. It's freaking stupidity that I could have these problems every day, every time.
And that number is just phenomenal. And 29 at-bat stretch, retiring hitter Marc
Unbelievable.
was the 3rd longest in Mets history. Jerry Kuzman had 30. Brent Gaff in 1984 retired 31 in a row. Gaffer.
I remember Brett Gaff. Brent Gaff.
You got pitcher Tanaka running in second, so it takes a pretty good hit to drive him in. Gardner takes a fastball.
All right. In a minute, I will go back to the search.
He knows he's in a tight situation here. He's able
Search.
to me when I watch it.
Stupid.
Combine
So
an unbelievable stoicism
incredibly
in these
stupid.
moments with laser focus.
I should say one thing right now.
That I can't find a pattern. It's in this room. It's within 3 feet of me.
I would take all of those 4 hitters in this tight spot to get him out.
All right.
Gardner's going to put the ball away.
Here's a pattern. It seems like a waste because everything's right in front of me, but I'm going to start the habit of keeping the patterns inside the tote they go to. Done deal. I'm not working on this now, so in this case, I'm gonna stick it inside the taped up handles of the tote because it's taped to a board and I don't want to pry it open to get it in. There goes some patterns. There's a pattern. There's something that is
Ball 4, and now the base promoted for Judge. And doing what a leadoff hitter has to do.
This is a pattern in search of an image.
I was surprised, but maybe if what you said, Keith, is that he's not...
Okay, I'm setting it aside as an orphan. This I will set aside as an orphan. One day, there's another one. Unbelievable. There it is. This one, I have the pattern, and I have not found the photograph. I have gone through my papers. And here, I finally found the pattern for this, and we're gonna... I was upset, but I did not throw my phone through the computer like I wanted to earlier. Okay, he's gonna try. He makes it. He doesn't even slide.
On a not very deep sacrifice fly by Aaron Judge, the Yankees tie the game as Tanaka scampers home.
Well, the error results in a run.
Okay.
It seems like whenever the throw here, you gotta wonder, it's just not a whole lot on it. And way offline. And look at the bat lane there.
Well, that's not the...
Let's go.
Boy, the coach almost touched him till then, did he?
It really close out, which would have been coach interference and would have resulted in an out. The other runners moved up to second and third, and now Greg Berger takes his letter high fastball for a strike.
Where am I? This failed.
Second and 2 out, so a huge batter here for DeGrom. Bit surprised that Gonzalez let that ball go through, not cutting it off.
Yeah. I guess I did it. I had to pounce this twice, and I did not.
Do you think there's any thought to pitchers running? Let it go through because it's going to be so slow.
Yeah, but the throw's offline, Ron, and the running, it was even tailing away from all plays. Yeah. It wasn't going to be online.
It didn't work.
Poor throw by Bruce, who was running toward his throwing side. You would have figured he could have gotten more on it.
That's all I needed was right in the middle.
Plantar fasciitis, whatever you want to call it. Is that what it's called? Did I pronounce it correctly? Very good. I think I wanted to pause.
All right. I'm gonna deal with this immediately. I'm folding it up, tucking it behind the hands of the handles of the tote, and all I need after that is this. And what I want to know now is what I'm going to do next with this color. How about that? How do you like that? Still doesn't improve the focus. How can that be in focus and that not be in focus? Unbelievable. All right. Time to think. Here's pink. There's pink.
3-2 coming. Oh, and down the outside corner. Got him looking. Back door.
All right. So.
Beautifully done by DeGrom to get a king-sized out to keep this game tied. Wow.
So here's yellow. And what is the next obvious yellow? I made the mistake of believing this was. And so I painted it yellow and got about that far and realized that it wasn't going anywhere, that had to be the color of the background. So there's a yellow. Do I want to fill these in with yellow? Or leave them background color? Do I want to go yellow here? That seems like a pretty obvious thing to do. Oh my God, there's one of those ads again. Oh, you remember that too. That was a Charles Schwartz, Charles Schwab ad with the broker on the phone with the father,
who was not warming up, will get as
trying to
much
help
time as
keep
he
him
needs
from
to
crying,
get himself ready to pitch the bottom of the 6th inning after the Yankees rallied the tie
comforting him for
in the top of the 6th.
Well, in his last
growing older and
15 games, that's over 17
living
pitched. He has not
with
allowed
the
an earned run.
problems
Retired,
parents
I think he's one
have.
of 62 batters.
Somebody ought to be shot.
Recalled on April 21st, and he has been outstanding.
He's been so good, it's kept Tommy Cantley down in the minors after he returned from the disabled list. SNY Super Slow Motion is brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz.
Okay.
State dealer, Mercedes-Benz.
My problem now is that the color I meant to paint all that time ago has dried out. Meaning I'm going to have to match up. I'm going to have
And
to...
then Sunday night with Noah Syndergaard having been scratched from that start, said Lugo will get the ball for his second start of the season against the Yankees.
It's everyday kind of problems, so...
Ryan remains downstairs, but we're holding his chair for him. We don't want anybody else to fill it.
It's just yellow and white. I can come plenty close enough. But if I have to touch that up...
Hey, it's interesting. Watch Holder, 20 pitches in. He was throwing about maybe 50%, no more than that. That's a lot of pitches to throw before you start airing it out.
This is really weird, Keith. Having riding on the monitor behind us.
Oh man, it's like social media.
Hey, I kind of like
it's like you doing your live Twitter feed.
I like this idea. I wouldn't mind doing the games from the east side if you want to once in a while.
I like it because I can put my feet up on your chair and relax.
Hey, easy. Don't pull a Tommy the Sword.
Or Swedish fish treat.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Holder is taking his time, and I give him credit for that. You know,
Nope.
especially with a full ball.
It's all dry. It's all dry. So we're going to have to start and just...
And it looks like Holder did a complete warm-up there to get himself ready. Let's answer our Verizon trivia question. Which pitcher holds the best franchise record for wins against the Yankees? I figured Leiter.
Yeah.
Big Al. He's next door to us.
The man can talk.
Al?
Like a politician.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Jacob deGrom will be the first man that Holder faces. deGrom struck out against Tanaka his first time up. Tanaka, 5 innings, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. The only hit he allowed was the Nimmo home run leading off the first inning. And leaves because of an apparent leg injury, coming home from third with the tying run. Holder, a relief pitcher with a starting pitcher's arsenal. He throws 5 different pitches. And that's looped into center field with Gardner right there. And that's the first out. So deGrom is retired. And now Ahmed Rosario, who struck out his first time up.
Yep, still too yellow.
Mets are in an almost unprecedented space where they're just not producing any offense at all. Mets have lost 8 straight home games, and during that span of 8 games, they've got a 146 batting average. It's the lowest home batting average the Mets have ever had in an 8-game span.
Oh, I better turn that down.
Right back.
I'm a little concerned.
Makes the play on Rosario.
I can't, if it's, if I keep it low enough, it can't be heard by the computer. Or the...
12 runs per game is just,
Look at the on base for 12.
untenable, the whole thing.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it here. And look at the runners in scoring position.
I've never seen anything like it, and I just cannot believe that it's going to continue like this.
Well, you wouldn't think, and certainly getting Cespedes back, which the Mets hope will be shortly, will help. But the guys who are here have got to perform too. Bruce and Conforto well underperforming what the Mets would have expected from them. Here's Nimmo, responsible for the only Met run tonight. A leadoff home run, the first of his career, on Tanaka's second pitch of the evening.
And those two just shots we gave you right there, Conforto and Bruce, sitting in the dugout. Right now for them, this is a grind. When they talk about grinding it out, okay, fine. It's a long season, it's a marathon. But when you're going bat to plate, as these two gentlemen are right here,
I sure think about. See now, if somebody had tell me what felt tips to get, well, I mean, what are you talking about? You just go spend the money. Since I'm letting that go, I think I will fill these in. That's what I've decided.
This is the 22nd year of interleague play. The Yankees with the all-time series lead, 66-46. They swept all 4 games last year. And the two captains have been front and center in the history of interleague play between the two teams. Jeter.
Look at that. I brushed right into that, so that's going to be seen if it's not a perfect match, and it probably isn't. I can stay away from it, and that's what I'm going to do, because it gets outlined.
He had a rough go of it over the last week. This one past the mound, but Gregorius right there at the bag. And he throws out Nimmo to end the inning. So Holder comes on after Tanaka leaves because of injury and gets the Mets out 1-2-3.
Tanaka left because of injury. I was watching, but I didn't notice.
My time has been, but so is my loss.
Now there's news.
oh, strike zone.
Yeah, and there it is. See, they're little pockets of air or something, and they don't allow the paint to pool in them. They wick off to the side.
It almost looks like, and I've seen Stanton do that, but he kind of sweeps at the low fastball that kind of comes in on it a little bit, runs in. Almost he swings down and doesn't have that angled swing.
Brooks is back, loops one out for Rosario, and that's the first out of the inning. So Rob has held his nemesis in check so far tonight, Stanton 0 for 3. And now Gary Sanchez has been up twice and struck out both times. Chad Green is up in the Yankee bullpen after Jonathan Holder worked the 1-2.
This is very pleasant. A lot of checks and balances.
Stone cold quiet behind Big Robbins at 81 pitches through 6 1/3.
My finger has paint on it, and I'm going to clean it because it is just unbearable to have paint on your hands when you're lathering, and it ends up on your brush. You have to clean your brush, you have to clean your fingers.
Sanchez has struck out twice, once on a slider, once on a high fastball.
Anyway, it's going very well. Plenty of baseball. Plenty to enjoy while I put in my time. I promised people I would a live stream and then didn't deliver, but I'll have my chance.
And he hits one to Rosario. 3 chances for Rosario in the inning. Handles the ball flawlessly. And it's a 6-pitch inning with Jacob deGrom in the top of the 7th. Stretched out at
Top of the 7th. It's hard to believe I've been watching this whole game. I guess time flies when you're having fun. I did not realize that. I've been working away. This is just like the old days. And oh my God, oh this ad, you people! I tape recorded it because you can't find it. It's the worst ad I have ever seen. It's for Sheraton. Maybe you'll find it. Maybe it's up now. No stadium will be named in her. Will be. She was, but just a woman. I can't believe there isn't a Facebook riot about it, but you know, I don't know. Maybe they only play it on baseball, and baseball, I don't know. That'll be good. I better lay off for now. Oh, these could all, the feathers could all have paint in them. Maybe I'll find a third pastel color to work into this. There's plenty of opportunities. Now look at that. Oh, well, see, I didn't. Now, on purpose, I did not. Make sure I'm not painting any more yellow. Sure seems like that wants to be yellow. Lots of yellows. What the hell? It's just so obnoxiously obvious that should be the same color as. I like that, and I like that up there. Getting that too. It's all going to be. Yeah. I like that. I think it's too thick, but I'm going to come back. With an outline and clean it up. Alright, now let's go find something to do with those feathers. There's nothing in the way. I can just fill them in and look at that white. I just found white. How about that? Ooh, I could do white feathers and a white eyeball. I don't need to think much more than that before I'm ready to pull the trigger. Now, is that dry paint? Yes, it's dry. Here it comes. Paint with white. It's going to be luxurious because I pretty much can't make a mistake. On any of these efforts. filling in these feathers.
So the word on Masahiro Tanaka is he left the game with stiffness in both hamstrings. Thinking over that one.
All right. Okay.
Everything is the Red Sox have the ball. And offensively, it's the Red Sox and the Yankees and all the important season pitchers for offense. They all run 1-2.
I get to use one of my brand new brushes again.
Certainly exacerbated Tanaka's price is very big. Yes. I mean, once you get past Severino, everybody else has been kind of an iffy proposition. I mean, Sabathia's been good, but he's really only a 5-inning pitcher at this point. Montgomery underwent Tommy John surgery. Slider taken low by Bruce.
Spin it a little. Use my biggest brush. Biggest new brush. This is a good idea, I'd say. Beginning right here.
Bruce is due for a big hit, and he's shown some signs with some good swings the last couple of days.
Oh, it's got pink in the paint.
But the Mets so badly need
I'm
to find one of those hot
gonna deal with that.
We've seen those. Last year's
It's
hot
not
streak
red.
last couple of years. 2-2
I
coming.
hope I don't screw up the yellow. Have to get that off of there. That's gonna work. Gotta go back and clean the brush more thoroughly. It'll get you one coming or going. You gotta. A lot of times you can have a less than perfectly clean. See the paint coming out of it? Sometimes it doesn't matter because you'll be going to a paint where it'll disappear. It'll never be seen. But white, not much chance of that. Needs to be very thorough. So here goes. Actually, what really needs to be very thorough is making sure the pink is making sure the pink gets blended into the white. So I will work the heel of the brush and make sure that the pink dissipates into the white, and it will never be noticed. It's a 1-0 game, so there's plenty going on around here. Boy, that is on thick. Like it's very milky. Good for making many strokes like these.
Drops it about waist level, the end of the bat. Didn't notice that from upstairs.
Mets announcers are learning tonight. I believe the thing is that their announcer has a bad foot and they don't want him to walk all the way up to the booth. So he's calling from, I think, right behind the camera well.
Like to make changes. Stay with the swing you've got here if you've had success. I don't know if they've made any changes. I'll take a look.
I'm going to keep moving it around. That means it's going to get in the way of the camera. There we go. That's not a bad view, is it? What do you say?
And Wegner's right.
Pitch cast, 3.
Yep.
2 out, 2 on, 2 and 2 to Metzoroka.
Look at that though. It's full of little pinholes where
Let's get a couple of hits. Can push across the run to give Rom a lead. So Jake will go back out there for the 8th. With the game still tied at 1.
it's a good game, tied at 8. Jacob DeGrom, who went to school at Stetson near here. Oh man, what am I going to do? Thin it more? This just shouldn't be happening. It's poor preparation. I got coverage with this color, but I didn't tame the surface. It needed more paint just to oh my god, there's that ad again. James. Oh, captions off. Push the wrong button. There's the worst ad. Sheraton. It is a crime. I just don't understand how it stays on. Obviously nobody has reacted. Is it only shown in baseball? It's an ad with a woman supposedly playing baseball in her high heels, running the bases in high heels. So, but back to the drawing board. I just really made a lot of work for myself. Brought the quality of the work down because this is sucking the paint away from the brush, and I'm not getting coverage, and it's turned out to be a tiny nightmare.
Chances up in the Yankee bullpen with Hicks batting to the pitcher. And the backdoor gets him. Beautifully done by DeGrom. Strikes out Hicks on the backdoor slider for his 7th strikeout of the night.
Yep, that's why he's one of the best.
You got Bird on the backdoor slider to end the 6th, and here the 2nd out, the same pitch to Hicks.
See, that should be the end of it, but I'll go back and check it because it's probably going to come up with.
And he takes the first pitch curveball for a strike. That weapon, I mean, it's an automatic 0-1, Ronnie.
It is, but you know, it's funny that he's unleashed it here in the 8th inning, introducing almost a new pitch.
That's it through the hole, a base hit for Torres, and he has his 2nd hit of the night.
Yanks Mets tied 1-1 in the going into the no, it's in the 8th.
Yes, it does. That was a fastball in.
Bottom of the 8th.
DeGrom's not going to remember that. Turned on it.
So Torres has 2 hits, and he's aboard, bringing up the guy who has the only other hit against DeGrom, and that's Brett Gardner, who singled in the 4th and then walked in the 6th.
It's going okay.
Tonight, DeGrom already deeper into this game than he's been in any game this year, going 7 2/3.
He's up to it.
DeGrom made a big career decision. He's only ever been known with the longest hair on the mound, and he got rid of it. Look at this. So much paint. Now, I gotta find that picture. Where is the picture? There it is. See what this last feather does. Just as I expected.
He's my muscle.
Audio man extraordinaire. There's Boots on the left.
Yes, chewing gum.
We're going to a little heavy metal right after the game.
Torres has 2 steals for the year, and DeGrom checks in on him.
If you're Aaron Boone, do you put a play
Okay,
on?
now what else do we want to be white?
You can put a straight steal on.
I can do this here.
Right field, chasing Bruce back to the warning track, and
It's out of here. Yankees. The Yankees get the lead.
His 5th home run of the year.
I guess I'll do this.
Oh, and the reaction from DeGrom.
What? Let's see what DeGrom does.
It felt like a changeup up here.
It is run, circle change up, and down the middle.
Change up.
And Gardner, as I said, the pesky little Gardner.
Home run.
Yankees' 99th home run of the season.
Okay.
Not the first guy you think of, but Gardner hit 21 last year, and he ruins DeGrom's night.
We just got to stick it out. If we can get through the inning. No. I think it works that way. If they come back in the 9th, right?
Can't, yeah, we got to go right after Judge, but I was thinking that it's a tough place to be when one mistake costs you.
I got some thinking to do on this, and I got a game to watch on that. So, the non-existent audience loses out. And I've returned to my olden days ways, drinking seltzer water all the time.
But it can't be perfect every time out. I would think, Ronnie, at some point, it's just kind of second game with you.
I absolutely have been there before, but you can't get caught up in that, and I don't think Jacob did at all. Had the same routine in between every inning, and ends with a strikeout against Judge.
That's Judge on the changeup for his 8th strikeout.
It was a 2-run home run. I didn't realize that.
Now he finds himself behind 3-1 going to the bottom of the 8th.
They've got to make up for it now, or he will not have a chance to win. These abs. I guess it's because it's the Mets. Gonzalez. Canaccord.
Now Jose Bautista will back for DeGrom, who lives after 8 innings, his longest outing of the year. 101 pitches. He allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 4 hits. He walked 2, he struck out 8. And the home run by Gardner undid his night. I mean, his demeanor seems very calm. There's no throwing of the equipment, no kicking in his face.
It's going to take some thinking what to do with all the rest of the color opportunities.
He's a pro through and through. He had that one reaction, of course, after the ball left the ballpark, but then right back to business.
Wandy Bautista. So DeGrom over his last 9 starts now is a 0.
It's time to think about the what color the black is going to be. The nearest kin of this lavender would be something purple. I like an excuse to use purple, so that's probably what that'll be. And what the other colors might make sense.
tying run in the sixth. Gardner's 2 runs.
I could just go right to the purple and leave spaces for those few, leave the few spaces that are going to be other colors. Live with them, live around them. So that's what I'll do. Of course, no, that doesn't make sense because I just did the white, and all that is going to have that black involved. So let's just put it aside. I got plenty to do on other things. Another 2.5 hours. It's recording, and you're not allowed to record more than 4 or 4.5 hours. I don't know why it doesn't stop. Maybe it'll be shortened.
So Matanzas gets the bench 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 8th.
I hate to be a bad baseball fan, so I'm going to stick with this. There's only one more. The Mets should not win. They're down by 2. They apparently have some record-breaking oh yeah, Stanton just now hit a home run.
Above the orange line, that's a home run for Stanton, and the Yankees now lead it 4-1. 15th home run of the year for Stanton.
4-1, and the Mets are on a record. They are on a record. What would I call it? Record. Something about futility. Record stretch of futility. I don't need to watch the rest of this. Not going to. It's a miracle. It still isn't personal to me, so won't add up for much. Now, I wonder if I can watch. Let's go see if that Twins game. My cousin texted me from. What is... Oh, and it's the Angels! It says live. So, I can't do that. So, we'll go back and watch another Friday game. Pirates Cubs, I watched that. I didn't watch the whole. I don't think I watched the whole thing. Let's see what's happening. Start from the beginning. That means that the whole thing has been watched. A's Twins. I could get involved a little from a distance. Ohtani is out, so the thrill of the A's is somewhat diminished. Atlanta, LA, I'll do that. And I'll even listen to the Atlanta broadcast because they are not in Atlanta ruining everything with their tomahawk chop. I won't put up with it. It's funny, there's just got to be a ton of people that won't put up with it. It has nothing to do with Native Americans. It has to do with the childishness of the sentiment. It's disgusting. Okay. This has got to dry, so off it goes. The drawing is right here. The straps are holding the pattern in place. All is right with the world. The Dodgers are hot, they say. Oh. 15-5 Dodgers. They're game and a half out. They were 10.5 out, 20 games back. Atlanta, Nick Marquez has the most hits in the National League. Freddie Freeman is burning it up. And Ozzie Albies, the new guy. 35 extra base hits leading the National League. Sorry. There we go. This is something I can't wait to do. And all there is left to do is the outline brush. I think I'll have some more coffee. Life is good. Ah. Now, this is my second lavender background. I chose a purple solution for the last one. Why wouldn't I do the same for this? I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Oh, I'm going to use and I still have those same problems. If I had it, I've thought of buying clear gesso, and I would clear this, and then I would have a nice skin to work with. We're good. It's all good. I gotta clean some brushes. I gotta find some unused cups. I managed to leave all my paint cups at a different job, a mural. So I'm running out of dry paint cups. Yeah. Last time I bought these 2-ounce unwaxed Dixie cups, they were outrageously expensive. For like 20, 25. They were like $2. Whatever it was unbelievable to me. I think I bought them, and I think that's where I've wasted the ones that are missing.
And welcome into our Friday night showdown presented to you by Kaiser Permanente. Our West Coast swing continues in beautiful Los Angeles this weekend. for game one between the Braves and the Dodgers here at Dodger Stadium. You know, all the guys love coming out to the West Coast because, why wouldn't you? It's absolutely beautiful weather. They have an electric fan base here tonight, and they're ready to get going. But these guys are always circled on Freddie Freeman's calendar because he's from here. So he grew up about 45 minutes away from here.
Wow, we've got a new a big hair sideline announcer. Freddie Freeman, his family apparently from West Coast. Let's see what time it is. 9 o'clock.
So a lot of family time for Freddie, and hopefully a lot of
I guess I'll knock off. Good night, everybody.